I'm John Gall. I'm the Vice President and Art Director for Vintage and Anchor Books. We publish around 200 books a year. They're all 5 3/16 by 8. All 200 a year. You really can't get to the essence of a book until you actually start reading it and you hear the author's voice. Believe me, I've tried not to read the books, but this book, amazing. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, it was so good I had to read it in one sitting. I'm always looking for this nugget of something that makes a book special, and that may come in the beginning, it may come in the middle, it may be at the end. You never really know. We get the inspiration really from the book, but there are sort of outside influences that come in. Things that you think might be a book cover someday. It can be things you find on the street, at a flea market, on the bottom of your shoe, whatever. This is a book about this absurdist genre of playwriting. I know I wanted this sort of decay or reduction of something, and I had this old catalog that showed buttonhole patterns, and for some reason it just clicked, well, maybe that's just the kind of thing to use on here. This book is about two brothers. One is a sexual obsessive, the other is a molecular biologist, so that's where this sort of intense close-up of this unnamed part of the body is from, and so that was sort of what tied them both together. White People just comes under the category for covers that just design themselves. It is a collection of stories by the author of Oldest Living Confederate Widow Tells All, which was a great bestseller, incredible book. We're giving the audience the first impression of what the book is. It can also be artistic and even become a part of the book, but in reality, we're also trying to sell a book and we're just trying to be noticed. Here at Random House, we have 800 million fonts, and I have no idea what most of them are. I don't even know where to look to see what they are. Your typeface is going to work with your image, and it's not the font alone that is going to do it all. I use a lot of Trade Gothic, Baskerville, Futura. There are fonts that I really like, but I just can never seem to use well, like Gil Sans. I just can't seem to get it to work whenever I try to use it. I don't know what it is. Spend a lot of, creative thinking time staring out the window, drinking coffee, and taking walks to the water fountain and whatnot. It's a very important time spent. Another great source of inspiration is the deadline. That'll usually kind of kick things in for you. There's no real hard science in this, but you hear these things have sort of been passed down over the years, like don't put snakes on a cover, green covers don't sell, don't put dogs or what's a wolf. For this novel, Two Moons, it was about this love story between two astronomers at the turn of the century. So I was playing with these images, trying to get this sort of nice sense of ambiguity or whatever, and it just wasn't working. I was trying and trying and trying. The only thing that I really liked about the cover was the spine. So then I said, well, why don't I just put the spine right in the middle of the front of the cover? So the McSweeney's Joke Book of Book Jokes is an irreverent and humorous book, so we designed this backwards cover, so the back cover is actually the front cover. I think what's really great about my job is that in the end, the final product is a book. And what can I say? Books are wonderful things.